Hey y'all, it's Morgan Young, and this is Long Story Shorts. We have a lot to get to today, including a bust of fake designer purses and a car that drove straight into a barber shop. But first, let's get to those spring break preps and what you need to know before you head to the airport.
Take it all in now, because in the coming days, short lines and spacious airports could change.
We usually start to see an increase in demand for travel starting in March.
Daniel Armbruster is not only AAA Texas spokesperson, he's a spring break traveler too.
I'm going to make sure that I don't have to check my bag. I'm going to make sure I get to the airport on time.
All the things he advises others do too. As the partial government shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security continues, flyers could see long lines and delays with the shortage of TSA agents.
Making sure that you're downloading your airline's app, you're staying in touch with your airline so that you know if there's any changes to your flight. As far as TSA lines, make sure you get there at least 2 hours before your flight boards.
And flying isn't even the most popular mode of travel this season. Daniel says it's actually driving, even with gas prices rising.
We tend to see more road trips. The weather warms up. Texas is expected to be one of the states with the highest amount of car rentals this spring break, according to our partner Hertz.
In other words, book now. An Enterprise Mobility survey shows that more people are traveling this spring break than in 2025, with 44% taking road trips. In a statement, Enterprise says spring break always brings a special energy, and this year, people are eager to get out and make memories. And for a lot of drivers, the roads are just part of the trip.
One of the things we're seeing really explode this year is cruising.
And with national changes economically and politically,
it's not bad to have that peace of mind, right, through trip insurance. It's usually not that much more expensive on top of your trip.
Staying ahead of the busyness to come. At Dallas Love Field, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
Police in North Texas have a warning for you. Do not buy fake designer purses and try to resell them online. They'll bust you.
We filled up 2 U-Hauls on this investigation all in one day. A lot of product, a lot of money being made.
Here's what just happened in Rowlett. They got a call from a private investigator who works for one of those luxury brands. He said he saw a woman selling counterfeit purses on Facebook Live and figured out that she was working out of Rowlett. Rowlett PD arrested her husband. They say he told them where to find about $995,000 worth of fake designer items in storage units they had. Police say they found some items all wrapped up, labeled for shipping, ready to go out. So somebody out there bought from them and they're never going to get their items.
I worry about the people that say, hey, this is a good deal. I'm going to buy 10 purses and I'm going to resell them, because now you've just got yourself mixed up in a criminal offense.
At a certain dollar amount, it becomes a felony. That's what the suspect is charged with, but police are still looking for his wife.
New school barbers with the old school vibe.
Inside Razor's Edge Barbershop in Euless, business is back. But the buzz is not about the newest cut.
Kind of got all caved in here.
It's about what owner Jose Prieto says happened to his shop Friday night.
We'll see if there's anything that's structurally wrong.
He says it was close to closing time.
It happened so quick.
Barber Jimmy Arredondo Perez says his brother was sitting in his chair. A security camera caught a glimpse of some headlights in the window. The video from the front of his shop shows a car driving through the parking lot.
I thought maybe because we're close to the airport, a plane went down or something.
The car drove through his front windows, narrowly missing Arredondo Perez and his brother.
I was kind of panicked. I pulled him back a little bit. I was like, hey, are you okay? Just a little quick hug on the back.
Prieto is extra thankful for this old chair. He says it took the brunt of the hit, and it's still standing.
They don't make these no more. This chair's like 120 years old, so it's solid as a rock.
As for the rest of this stuff,
Doesn't close at all no more.
he hopes it's all replaceable through insurance. He says the support from his community is overwhelming.
There's people actually out there that want to help us out.
A local barbershop offered up their space during cleanup.
It was pretty touching, honestly.
But he says the best way to help is to excuse the mess.
We're not looking for no handouts. If you want to support us, you just come by and come get a haircut from us.
The Euless Police Department says it appears the driver accelerated instead of stopping. They say it appears to be an accident. The driver was not arrested, and there were no serious injuries. In Euless, I'm Brittany Costello.
Two North Texas superintendents announced their retirements Monday night. Irving ISD Superintendent Magda A. Hernandez announced she will retire in December, concluding a 34-year career in public education, including 8 years as superintendent of Irving ISD. In a statement, she said, "Serving Irving ISD has been one of the greatest honors of my life. This district is deeply personal to me. Every decision made has been centered on what our students deserve: opportunity, excellence, and a future filled with possibility. I am proud of the strong foundation we have built together and confident that Irving ISD is well positioned for continued success." Also announcing their retirement Monday, Prosper ISD Superintendent Dr. Holly Ferguson, effective at the end of 2026, bringing to a close a 28-year career in public education, 23 of those in Prosper ISD. In a letter to the community, Ferguson said in part, "There are no words to express my gratitude to the incredible students, staff, and parents in Prosper ISD. You all are the true shining example of excellence that makes Prosper ISD a destination district." She went on to offer words of wisdom for the teachers. Hold your head high. Walk through those doors with purpose. You've got miracles to make happen.
Work crews adding the final touches. Arlington's entertainment district transformed for the city's inaugural Java House Grand Prix. Opening day, 9 a.m. Friday, March 13th.
Community has seen us building this track out block by block, literally, right as we transform city streets into a world-class racetrack.
More than 100 transporters now rolling into Arlington, carrying drivers, pit crews, and engineers. IndyCar Grand Prix of Arlington President Bill Miller
weaves around the stadiums here.
Gave us an exclusive look at the 2.73-mile track.
You've got the cars coming 180 miles per hour down Randall Mill.
Miller promising a jaw-dropping experience.
They run on a 0.9 mile straightaway. They hit this 90-degree turn.
And there's more to Grand Prix weekend than speed.
You've got displays that people can play with, kids can play in, simulators that they can run, all kinds of food.
Race organizers say they've also worked to keep tickets family-friendly, especially parents bringing kids to the race.
That with a GA ticket, children 12 and under are free, and $3.99 is the best price every time.
And for those wanting more, there are seats right next to the Grand Prix winners platform.
You can imagine they're going to take their champagne and they'll be spraying the fans as part of their victory here.
Although this is Arlington's first Grand Prix street race.
We're looking to have this event for many years to come.
It's not the last time you'll hear "Start Your Engines" in the entertainment district. In Arlington, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
Hard hats on this morning for a special tour of Bank of America Tower at Parkside. If you've been in the area of Clyde Warren Park in the last couple of years, you've noticed the construction. It is about a year away from being done, and it has a great view of downtown from the north side of Woodall Rogers, an angle that we don't get to see a lot of, and this will be the highest angle you can see it from. It will be the tallest building in Uptown by 4 stories when it's completed next year. This morning they're doing a special sneak preview. That's why I've got the hard hat on, and we will be getting a look at this building that's going to be all office space, approximately half of it committed to Bank of America, but a great new addition to the Dallas skyline on the Uptown side.
We mentioned earlier in the program Congressman Tony Gonzalez dropping out of the race. He didn't really have a choice after admitting to this affair where his staffer self-immolated. This wasn't really an option for Republicans, but since it's so tight in Congress for Republicans right now, he's still going to serve out the rest of his term through January.
This is probably the cleanest resolution to a very big mess for Republicans. But what's so remarkable about it is the allegations against Congressman Gonzalez that he had an affair with a staffer who ended up dying by self-immolation. They still viewed him, both Democrats and Republicans, as the stronger candidate in this district. It's a safe Republican district, it's very Trumpy. But the now de facto nominee, Brandon Herrera, has invoked Nazism on many occasions, and his opposition research file is already starting to come out.
And Ashley, in the final 30, 40 seconds here or so, I mean, he has, Brandon Herrera is also known as the AK guy for people who've kind of followed the headlines here on this. Even though, as Abby said, it's a safe Republican district, could this still be a target for Democrats?
Oh, it's absolutely going to be a target for Democrats. I think that you see, especially with the messaging that's coming out of the White House, you know, and some of the actions that they're taking and the impact that it's having and the impressions that it's having on Latino voters. I just don't see how it's not an issue for him. And if the Democrats keep pushing the gas, I think that this is going to be a district that's going to be in play for certain come November.
A military draft is suddenly trending this morning after comments made by the White House. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked about the possibility of a military draft amid rising global tensions when she was speaking with Fox News, and she didn't rule it out. To be clear, there's no active proposal for a draft, and bringing one back would require Congress to pass a law. But the response has sparked a lot of chatter online, with people wondering whether leaders are beginning to think about the worst case scenarios if conflicts escalate. For now, it's more political speculation than policy, but it's definitely a conversation that people are paying attention to online.
Check for weapons.
As Mariah Castro prepares for the streets.
Okay, you ready to take his hand?
She is learning at the North Central Texas Council of Governments Regional Police Academy.
And lift it up.
This week, recruits from 27 local departments, including Bedford, Carrollton, Farmers Branch, and more,
3, 2, put the glove. Yep.
are practicing a new restraint method.
I think it's a really useful tactic.
It's called Safe Wrap.
It's a method based on jiu-jitsu, but it actually has origins in healthcare.
Instead of a subject handcuffed face down, they are held in a lateral position.
Struggle, go hard, hard, hard.
In police work, Charlie Fernandez says it's safer for both the officer and suspect.
No joint locks, no strikes, no choke holds, no thoracic compression. Nothing's going to interfere with breathing.
He's the director of Gracie Survival Tactics with Gracie University. He says this method was created just 2 years ago.
Hey, keep your hand off it.
Now 200 agencies across the country are already adopting Safe Wrap.
You got it. Safe Wrap. There you go. Yep. Can you get legs? Stop, you're under arrest.
With proven moments of success for a rookie officer in Bellevue, Washington.
Yeah.
This regional police academy is the first academy in the nation to implement Safe Wrap training for recruits.
We're actually handcuffing them without putting them prone. We're keeping them on his side the entire time.
Mariah, set to graduate in May, is taking it all in.
I've always wanted to help people, and I felt it was something I was called to do.
Eager to bring this safe and effective tactic to the streets.
That was good.
I'm Tiffany Liu.
Well, in 2020, the Texas Education Agency appointed a conservator to DeSoto ISD. Now, this was after an audit that found a mismanagement of funds. But according to a TEA presentation from February 17th, the district is facing financial problems again. Conservator Andrew Kim said the district's beginning fund balance for this year was about a negative $8 million. That's due to funds lost last year. He says this year's fund balance is expected to end up at a roughly $10 million deficit, putting the projected ending fund balance around $19 million. Now, this estimated deficit also comes on top of an $18 million settlement with TEA that was supposed to be paid over 3 years, with this year being the last. The district also has a $20.4 million tax anticipation note, which is a short-term loan with a bank that's due March 15th. So TEA is working to renegotiate these payments since the district is operating at a deficit. And in the meantime, they're offering recommendations to improve the district's fund balance, which could take years. They say staffing is a big area they'll review.
If you just say no more of certain groups of teachers, you can't solve that either. In fact, a $10 million swing is potentially 250 positions left that you got to cut to balance the budget. And you have a total of 700 employees in the district. Well, you and I both know that's not possible.
And as of now, DeSoto ISD says they've made no final decisions about layoffs and are focused on improving their financial systems. Now, in regard to that $18 million settlement to TEA, they say they were able to hold that payment and renegotiate repayment. And at the latest board meeting, TEA also said they're hopeful in renegotiating that $20.4 million TAN loan. Now, last month, DeSoto Superintendent Dr. Usama Rogers retired. Her last day was February 23rd. And that same day, the board appointed Brent Mitchell as the interim superintendent. Now, we did reach out, but he was not available for comment.
Fitness folks, this is for you. Do you like working out, trying out new gyms? Well, there's a new ranking of the best studios and instructors in DFW. Check it out.
If there is one thing that I know about Dallas, it's that we love a fitness class. There are quite literally hundreds of fitness studios and instructors in DFW, and most of them are on a platform called ClassPass. If you don't know, ClassPass is an app that you can use to reserve classes at fitness studios without paying the hefty membership fee that they often require. And ClassPass just came out with their Best of 2025 list, which uses data from in-app voting, Instagram posts, and reservation data to form a list of the best studios, spas and salons, and instructors across the entire country. And Dallas takes up several spots on the national list. The first of which is Class Studios, which made the list of top 5 fitness studios in the country. They have 2 locations in Dallas, one at West Village and one in Preston Center. In the instructor category, Adam Schwarzlos of Shine Hot Pilates also made the list of the top 5 instructors in the country. And Shine has 3 studios in DFW, one in Uptown Dallas, North Dallas, and Plano. Finally, Move in Frisco was named one of the top 5 in the salon and spa category. They offer services like infrared sauna and cryotherapy, and they have 2 locations in Frisco and Farmers Branch. But it doesn't stop there. ClassPass also lists the top 3 in every category in all of the major cities in the U.S. In Dallas, the top 3 fitness studios are Eve, O2, and Carrie's Pilates. The best instructors were David Thompson at Burn, Andy Scott at Evolve, and Mark Donahue at Training Mate Highland Park. The top 3 gyms were named Extreme Studio Performance, CrossFit Absoluto II, and Kinetic Fitness and Recovery. And finally, the best spa or salon was Glow Sauna Studios Mockingbird, Below Knox, and Elevate Massage and Sports Recovery. So if you're looking for a new place to try out on the ClassPass app, I know I always can, this might be a good place to start. They also have a featured spot in the ClassPass app right now, so that makes it even easier to book if you can get a spot in class before they fill up.
We're getting a first look of what the real party in Dallas is going to look like. If you can't attend matches, this is where you're going to want to be. It's at the Fan Festival in Fair Park. For 34 of the 39 games all day long, from 1 hour before the first game all the way to the end of the day, fans will be able to go to Fair Park for free and watch FIFA World Cup games. They're expecting 35,000 attendees at one time, and it's being put on by C3 Presents, which also does Austin City Limits and Lollapalooza. So for anyone that doesn't get a ticket to a match, the pavilion at Fair Park is where you're going to want to be. And it all kicks off on June 11th, where you can watch Mexico take on South Africa.
The Lancaster girls basketball story starts over a year ago.
It hit us hard.
A loss in the state semifinals against Fort Worth Boswell.
Throughout that playoff run, we were rolling.
2 wins short of their goal, a crushing defeat that fueled their offseason.
After that loss, we got back to work quick. We've been working since that loss.
Quite literally, all through the spring and summer to be ready to finish the job.
Let's work on making sure that we finish it this next year.
Their season was not without trials. An early season loss to number 1 Austin Westlake touched off a 3-game losing streak. And a loss to DeSoto in mid-January proved to be more of a gut check than they could have known.
Tell me about Coach McKinney.
My girl. Around April of last year, she told me, she said, Coach, I've been diagnosed with cancer.
Stage 4 breast cancer that assistant coach Lamisha McKinney battled the whole offseason while her players were working to improve their game. None of her players knew, but when they lost to DeSoto in January, that changed.
Right after the loss, she told the team right then and there. It shocked me. She said, you know, this is what I'm dealing with. So anybody that didn't bring energy today, understand that I've been dealing with this and I've been bringing energy. You all can do the same.
It was like, she's been fighting, that means we got to fight. Whatever comes our way, we got to push through. And we got to do this for you.
You know, she pours her heart and soul into these girls, into this program. Once you pour it out enough, it spills over, and it spilled over into the court for these girls.
After that speech, Lancaster never lost another game, handing Austin Westlake their only loss of the year in the title game.
They fought and they won. She can do the same. She's fighting, and she's going to win because I know Coach McKinney. But I think that this propelled her to do so.
A year-long journey.
Keep fighting, keep pushing.
One finished, one still ongoing.
We love you, we support you, and we're always going to be here.
In Lancaster, I'm Mike Leslie.
Well, that is all for Long Story Shorts. Our next episode will be on Friday. And don't forget that you can find our mobile shorts all the time on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Have a great day.